It's the middle of July, and I'll say that the crabbing's been pretty dismal. Well, that's not a good start, is it? It's been slow all around. Nobody I've talked to has caught anything of substantial. My catch at about 240 crab pots has been, I don't know, 4 bushels, 5 bushels, depending on the day. Maybe occasional 6, but it's been like that since before the 4th of July. So crabs really started dropping off that week. Now there are some small crabs showing up, which means the recent shed is just about over. The crabs there are, they're pretty, beautiful crabs. And, you know, I just feel like we're catching them up. You know, we're really good at catching crabs, us crabbers. So, you know, catch them up. You gotta wait for the small ones to get bigger. So that's what they're doing. Maybe this fall we'll have some crabs, but I think, you know, August is looking pretty rough. It's usually a pretty rough month for crabbing anyway. So, I don't know. Maybe I have to wait till September. Yep. I'm gonna crab about 240 crab pots today, and we'll see how we do. So I'll let you know when we get done. Well, we're almost done. Unfortunately, we have 3 up there at the front. So it's a slow day. Everybody thinks I'd end up with 4.5 bushels. You know, hey, here's what it is. Hey, whatever. I mean, I'll check back in, you know, I don't know. Just with all the expenses, yeah, might be better go get a desk job. Goodness. He's a big boy. You know what I mean? But hey, gotta love the view. You know? Gotta love the view. No. All right, well, I finished my 240 crab pots, and let's look at the catch. This is pretty pitiful. That's what I got. About 4 bushels. So there's 1, 2, 3 number ones and a piece, and then almost a number 2, which are just smaller crabs. So, you know, it's about a little over $500 there in crabs for me, for how I sell them. So, you know, after $200 in expenses, you know, you're looking at a $300 a day. But hey, I'm done by 9:30. So anyway, is what it is. Slow going, but you know. Got to be here for these days in order to, you know, be ready for when the good times hit. So take the good with the bad. So let me explain how this works. This is my hydraulic pot puller. It's a Hydroslave 10-inch puller that was made specifically for me from a business in Brooklyn, Maine. So it was about $1,200. So, but it actually starts down here. At the battery. So let's go there. So these are my batteries. I have 2 batteries set up in parallel, which I have a hot wire running from this one over to this one, and then a ground from this one over to this one. So they work together, and they both get charged by the motor, which is when it's running. Okay. Then I have battery cables running from this one, just 2 gauge 4-foot battery cables running from here, hot over here, and that connects to right here on my solenoid on this hydraulic pump, and then the ground is connected here also to the solenoid, but also to the pump itself. So this pump you can get on Amazon for about $480. It's from Concentric. I think Norland Tool sells it, but it's activated by a solenoid. That is, you know, it takes 12 volts. So I just got to get 12 volts from one of these batteries to the solenoid to activate it, and then that pump will draw from these batteries through those battery cables. So the way I do that is I have a cable that runs across the floor here, under my console, to my foot pedal, right? So I push it, connects the cables, runs back along this black wire, and the black wire runs over to the solenoid. So it's all hot, even though it's different colors. It just activates the solenoid that way through the pedal. As soon as I let my leg off of the foot pedal, everything stops. So push it, it's activated. When I take my foot off, it stops, which is nice. So the pump will pump. This is the reservoir, so to pump hydraulic fluid through this top hose here, which you can get these made up at any Tractor Supply store. I had them specifically made for what I needed with these port sizes and everything. So it pumps out of this port along here and this one's the return. So to return here back into the reservoir. But it pumps out, goes along these cables right here, and I just run them up my pole here over to the back to the motor for the hydraulic puller. So the fluid itself, the movement of the fluid turns the motor in the puller. So then that turns my 10-inch puller here and pulls my pots up. It only goes one way. Unfortunately, I can't go backwards. So anyway, that's how it works. It's pretty cool setup. It cost me about, all in all, it's about $2,000, not including this pole here. But even though I found this pole through, I got lucky on it. It was only like $70, and that's a aluminum pole. So anyway, pretty cool. Crab. That jumbo.